Good morning, everybody, or early afternoon. I'm not sure which it is right yet, because, and let me see if I can zoom this in just a little bit. There we go. Don't want to start zooming too early. Okay, so I figured out what my problem was with my mold yesterday. It was driving me crazy. There was a chunk of clay that was hardened in the exact spot where I actually just didn't see it. I was like, oh my God, why is this thing not closing? It wasn't closing right. So today I fixed the problem, and now it closes nicely. I was like, it didn't make any sense. It totally didn't make any sense. So the clay had deformed, I guess, banged around or whatever, and then hardened in this one particular spot. And it was like, what is wrong here? And then all of a sudden I was doing my finger across everything, and I felt this, and I thought, because it looks like the plaster. When the clay hardens, it almost looks like the plaster. It's just a little whiter. And I rubbed up. I said, wait a minute, there's a chunk, and that's not supposed to be there. Boom, I chunked it off, and all of a sudden it's like, there it is. That's the problem. That's why I wasn't closing. So there you go. There's a lesson learned. I learn things as I go, and I'm sharing with you what it was. And it was right on the clay wall. It was right on the wall itself. So it was never going to shut as long as that piece was there. And if I hadn't discovered it by feel, because you can feel the difference between stone and clay. And that's what I thought. I originally thought, you know what? Maybe there's clay here and I'm not aware of it. And sure enough, that's what it was. So today we're going to re-pour, and this way you'll see me pour it into the mold. I already put the latex barrier around the entire thing, just in case it does start to leak a little. I don't think I'm going to have a leaking problem this time. I may have a little, but not a ton. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this started, and then we're going to put the vibrator on once I get the latex poured into the hole, and let that vibrate for about a half hour, which you guys don't need to see that whole process. Yeah, it's very pain in the neck, I'll tell you. When you're not, it's just weird. It's just weird, guys. Pouring it into the hole, all the latex, bring it all the way up to the top of the neck. And that's about right. That's about as far as I want to go with that. There's still a little bit of a rim there, because when I sculpted the bottom of the neck, there's no way to really make it completely, what do you call it? There's no way to completely level that neck. And besides, our shoulders kind of get in the way, so I sculpted accordingly to how my shoulders were on this thing. So let me hammer this latex back, lid back on the latex. Move this out of the way. Turn the vibrator on. You see those bubbles that are coming up? Well, that's what you don't want up against the walls of your mask, and that's why you need a vibrating table. You really have to have a vibrating table. You know what? I don't have to do that. You can do that there, as long as it's closed and out of the sunlight. Okay, so on here, right underneath of this, yeah, I don't see any leakage at all now. Yeah, underneath of here, right in the center of this, there's a motor. Right underneath of this, right dead center of this, there's a motor. And I have a thermostat switch here that's turns it on. latex will be drying along the inside of that wall. And I'll have a really nice casting this time. It'll turn out really nice. That's the update. I'll be back after the half hour. Well, oh wow. Let me move back because the vibration is shaking the camera. All right, well, I'll be back with the next update. Once I get ready to pour that back into the bucket, that's when I'll be back. Yesterday was a train wreck because of that one little problem. It made my whole day messed up. Anyway, yeah, it's vibrating too bad. Hold on. Yeah, that's a little better. But the bubbles are coming up on this thing now, so you can see the bubbles. They're coming up. As long as they keep coming up and popping, I gotta keep vibrating. Shoot, I am springing the leak again. All right, guys, I gotta get the clay out. I'll be back.